Welcome to hell. The U.S. has flown over 250 accused migrant gang members back to El Salvador, where they will be sent to a notorious mega prison. Among those on the flight were 238 members of the Venezuelan prison gang Tren de Aragua and 23 members of MS-13, as reported by El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele on X this Sunday morning. Upon arrival, they were immediately transferred to the Terrorism Confinement Center, with video footage showing heavily armed Salvadoran commandos meeting the plane on the tarmac. Chained suspects were forcibly moved into armored transport vehicles by guards. This prison is infamous for its harsh conditions. Inmates are compelled to work while incarcerated, living in overcrowded cells where rival gangs often engage in deadly fights over food and water, according to various reports. Bukele highlighted that alongside the alleged Venezuelan gang members, two high-ranking ringleaders from MS-13 were also brought back, one being part of the organization's top structure. This operation will aid us in finalizing intelligence gathering and targeting the last remnants of MS-13, Bukele stated, referring to former and current members along with their money, weapons, drugs, hideouts, collaborators, and sponsors. He emphasized El Salvador's commitment to advancing its fight against organized crime while also assisting allies and making its prison system self-sustainable, all through this single action. May God bless El Salvador, and may God bless the United States, he added. Secretary of State Marco Rubio expressed gratitude towards Bukele for his assistance and friendship in brokering this deal for housing U.S. migrant criminals in El Salvador. El Salvador has been struggling with gang violence for decades, and the situation has only worsened in recent years. Gangs like MS-13 and Barrio 18 have spread their influence across Central America, and it's estimated that over 60,000 gang members operate in the region. When migrant gang members are deported back to El Salvador, they often bring their violent ways with them, further exacerbating the problem. In many cases, these deported gang members simply pick up where they left off, rejoining their old gangs and continuing their criminal activities. This not only puts the local population at risk but also hampers any chance of real social and economic progress in the country. The conditions within the terrorism confinement centers are dire, to say the least. These facilities are designed to house the most dangerous gang members, but they're often underfunded and understaffed. The result is a perfect storm of violence, corruption, and despair. Inside these centers, gang members are often subjected to inhumane treatment and are forced to live in squalid conditions. It's not uncommon for riots to break out, and many inmates are left to fend for themselves in a brutal environment. The psychological toll this takes on these individuals is immense, and it's no wonder that many are driven further into violence and extremism. The broader implications of this situation are far-reaching and devastating. The constant influx of deported gang members puts a massive strain on El Salvador's already fragile social and economic structures.